Wishing you a happy Monday morning, a joyful Monday morning. Hope your weekend went fantastic. Hope everything is well with you and your family, and hope your garden is growing well. I want to bring you a quick update from our garden. I know that the last time I was on, we showed you how we had to pull in a lot of our produce because in our region we had a frost warning over the weekend, and we had to pull out our potatoes, and we pulled out most of our peppers. We pulled the fruit from the pepper. We didn't pull the pepper plants. A lot of the fruit we just took right off. In fact, we thought we had taken all of the fruit off and just left the plants just in case the frost was light enough that it wouldn't kill them. And we said to you that we were going to be bringing you a recording, hopefully this week, about our sweet potato plants because we left them out there. We just didn't have enough time to harvest them, and we didn't know what we were going to do with them when we harvested them because it was our very first time growing sweet potatoes. And I didn't do all of my research. I did not know that you have to cure them to get them to be sweet. And so now we're wondering, how do we cure them when it's chilly at night now? How do we get them to be sweet? So I want to bring you a small update about those sweet potatoes. Our very first sweet potato harvest. We didn't harvest them all because we want to share that time with you. But this is from our very first sweet potato harvest. My husband decided he just wanted to see how they were growing, how they were doing. Of course, it's since it frosted a little bit here, we were like, okay, but we got to think about getting these out of here just in case it does something like that again. And yes, it worked. So we took, just so you know how we did this, we just did it the old-fashioned way. We put the potato in the water. We grew the slips. We put the slips in the windowsill. In fact, I still got slips in my windowsill right now. By the way, do you know you can eat the leaves from the slips? If you got slips like I do, and you're like, what am I going to do with them? What am I going to... You still got time to put them in the ground somewhere and harvest the leaves because apparently they are super high in vitamins and minerals. So you look that up for yourself and decide if you want to do that. I've heard they're tasty. So you can look that up and see if you got time or the notion to do that. Anyway, so I wanted to share that with you. We still have some things in our garden. And let me know how your garden's growing. I want to share with you the last time I came to you. I showed you that the Lord had shown me something in John chapter 15. You all know that I'm a believer. Ain't no shame in my game. And this is my first love. Gardening is second. No, my husband is second. Gardening is and parenting, and then gardening. Now, when I say love, I'm talking about love. Enjoying, I enjoy being out there in that garden. But I love my God, and He loves me. I love my hubby. He loves me. I love my children. They love me. That makes gardening so much better because you get to share the passion that you have for being out there with the people that you love. So, my God shared with me something out of John 15. And I shared that with you in the last video. You can go to the last video and see what that entailed. But today I'm showing you out of John 15 something else that came to me this morning while I was thinking about what he shared with me last week. And I'll read to you. It's just a short part of it. It says, John 15, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that bears fruit, he purges it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now, we know what taking away, you prune the whole branch off, right? Purging it, what do? You're taking the fruit off of it so that some more energy can come through that and you can bear more fruit. Or that branch can bear more fruit, right? So I thought about that and how gardening it just reflects life. You know that by now. If you're a gardener, what you're seeing in your garden, you see in life. And you can see it daily. Um, this one, I thought about this morning, and I said, "Oh, wait a minute, Lord, am I supposed to be taking away every branch out there that I am watching and waiting for fruit? If it's not bearing fruit, am I supposed to cut that? Because I thought I was only supposed to cut the suckers out." How many of you had that same opinion? I only thought I was supposed to cut the suckers out because they suck the life out of the rest of the plant. But no, the scripture here says every branch that's not bearing fruit, cut it off. Don't be waiting and hoping that it's gonna bear fruit. Cut it off. If it's not doing it, it's not doing it. And whether it's gonna wait around and wait till whenever it wants to do it, it's still in the process of taking energy that could be going toward something that is bearing fruit, right? So I said, okay, as in the garden, as in life, how does that apply to my life? I know that we know that when we talk about pruning things back off of us, just because we have a whole lot of growth around us doesn't mean it's doing us a whole lot of good. In fact, a whole lot of growth, a whole lot of things that we have to concern ourselves with takes attention away and energy away from something that is actively producing fruit in our lives. That's from relationships, that's from businesses, that's in pastimes and hobbies. Whatever it is, if it's not producing fruit in our lives and it's growing off and around us and out of us, it's taking our energy and not producing something back. The scripture says the Father prunes it off of us, right? He wants us to be able to manage the growth and put our energy into what is producing fruit. What's producing seed is producing new life, hope for more, right? The promise of more growth. So, I thought about that. First of all, I thought about in the garden. Well, that's going to change the way I garden now. And then secondly, I thought in life, you got to, when it comes down to things that you may enjoy, if it's not producing good fruit, if it's just sucking the life out of you and sucking energy out of you, and it's not producing anything good for you or for somebody else, clip, clip, right? If a sporting pastime has you spending money, spending, and you still got a need in your house, and you're giving to that thing, and it's not giving anything back to you, might be time to clip that back, right? Or clip it off. That's the hard thing. Clip it off. Maybe you don't go to the stadium anymore. Maybe you just watch it on the TV that you already have a cable subscription to. Or maybe you just cut it off for a while so you can rearrange your life around what is growing good in you. Relationships, you already know if it's not producing good fruit, it's time to fish or cut bait. You heard that? Fish or cut bait. Even if it's something that somebody that you think holds a whole lot of promise, but it's been sitting there and green and sucking life out of you for quite some time. If it's not producing fruit now, you might need to go to the Lord and say, Lord, do I need to cut this thing? What I do is I have in the past asked the Lord to cut it from me because I didn't have the strength to cut it. I didn't have what it took to cut it, and I knew it needed to be cut. So what else? What business ventures that you had for quite some time, and all it's doing is requiring your time, your commitment, your talent, and it's not giving you anything back? Man, maybe it's chop time, or maybe it's, hey, get rid of some of the fruit of that business so you can put your energy into producing more. What's true in that garden, we know this is true in life. And the Lord is about the business of helping us to be productive. He wants us to be productive. When he cuts from us, it's not to hurt us, it's to grow us more so that we can be more productive. And who doesn't like a productive garden out there? I love a productive garden. I know you do too. I just want to share that with you. John 15, verse 1 and 2. Maybe you read it and you ask the Lord, Lord, is there something I need to cut, or is there something I need to ask you to cut away from me? So I just want to share that. I thought about it this morning. I said, I got to share that with the community, my little small community that I have. I hope it blesses you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to ask you, I always ask you to share, and I'm going to ask you to share again. What you got growing?